there's nothing I love more than a wrestler with two first names.
In your wildest dreams. Look at this guy, like, right away. Hey, don't let it off me when I'm talking to you. Right away? You probably live in this goofball state, don't you? Oh, really? Ooh. Where are you from? Every woman's nightmare.
What a wonderful comeback that was by that freak in the yellow pants in there. Let me tell you something. Handsome Frank Stalletto is going to come out on top of this match. His opponent, look at him. He's got no charisma, no form. He can't even talk like a human being.
Well, I've never seen Dennis Gregory before. I don't know what he's capable of, but we have seen Frank Stalletto many times in the past. We know he's a very talented athlete, been very successful here in IPW so far. But again, like I said earlier on, you got to wonder if the referee's going to come into play in this match. We all know they have a history with each other going back to just last week, Mike.
Yes, last week we saw a signing match between Graham Stalletto and Julio Sanchez with who, Dave, coming out on top?
Julio Sanchez was victorious in that match, I believe.
You know what? If you'd pay attention to what you're being sent out here to do, it wasn't Julio Sanchez that came out on top of that match. It was most certainly the man right there, Handsome Frank Stalletto. You know what? One of the reasons that I'm out here, I've been sitting back in the shadows watching you, what you call commentators, come out here and badmouth the new up-and-coming stars left and right, saying that they cut corners, saying that they have attitude problems. All I've heard about Mark the Shark Schrader, Christian York, Devon Storm is that these guys have attitude problems. They are the stars. Look at that ability. They are the ones that are going to come out on top.
Well, I've never said anything to distract from the ability of guys like Mark Schrader. I just pointed out the facts that, yes, they do use shortcuts to be victorious in their matches. That's all that I've done.
Dave, I think Rock Reigns, Ron Reigns, Jimmy Reigns, Tim Reigns, he just doesn't like to see things the way they are. He likes to see things through his eyes rather than through the eyes of the fan.
Speaking of the eyes to the fans, I believe all the fans are watching a match in the ring, which is something that these two men don't seem to be doing right now. You talk about the ability of the men in the ring, but so far we have not called any of the action because you've been too busy talking. As there we see a beautiful body slam by Frank Stalletto. Showing the crowd their muscles now and gyrating for the fans in attendance. I'm sure they appreciate that.
If a wrestler has the ability, they should flaunt it.
As long as Ronnie Reigns, you aren't flaunting anything back here, we'll be fine with the wrestlers in the ring.
Here we see Frank Stalletto taunting the crowd again. Getting distracted from his opponent, goes for the lockup. Forearm into the back. Sends Gregory down in the canvas, and again. Stalletto continuing with his onslaught here. Chops Gregory. Gregory sent into the ropes. Whip across by Stalletto. Leapfrog. Turns around and he's met by a body slam from Gregory, much to the delight of the crowd here in attendance. Arm drag takes Stalletto over. Drop kick, Stalletto sent down. Whipped across the ropes, met with a clothesline. Gregory being very impressive here with some moves of his own, sends Stalletto reeling to the outside. What do you have to say about that, Reigns?
It's obvious. He's doing everything he can to cheat. I mean, what ability? I've seen him do nothing but, like, gouge Handsome Frank Stalletto in the eyes. I've seen him choke. I've seen him do all kinds of stuff. He hasn't shown me 1 ounce of ability except the ability to pull up his pants and try and put a human sentence together like all the rest of these knuckle-dragging inbreds that came to see the NASCAR races this weekend here in the Poconos.
Reno Reigns, what time is your show on USA? Is it 6 o'clock weeknights or 7 o'clock weeknights?
That's Ronnie Reigns. Risky Business Ronnie Reigns. Get it right, you pseudopod.
Has your mother found the crystal egg yet?
You can't make any jokes about my mother, my friend, because I killed her and I ate her.
Dave, that's a meal that you and I couldn't finish.
I believe the way things are going up here in the broadcast booth, we may have another match signed for this evening that's not already on the format. It's a good thing that I'm sitting here in the middle of these two because a fight may break out any second. Here we see a collar and elbow tie-up in the ring.
I was just getting ready to say, Devil Dog, why don't you start calling some moves in the match?
Well, I am calling the moves when you're not busy arguing with everything that everyone has to say out here. Here we see Frank Stalletto. I'll give him credit. A smart move, getting to the ropes, breaking off the pressure that was being applied by Gregory. Stalletto buying himself some valuable time here, trying to rethink his game plan.
We still see both wrestlers trying to feel each other out, trying to come up with a strategy for this match.
Makes you wonder if Stalletto knows anything about Gregory. I've never seen him before. Stalletto may not have either, might not know how to approach this match. There we see Stalletto going for the armbar. Gregory doing the smart thing, trying to get to the ropes, but wasn't able to stay there. Stalletto has enough strength to pull him out of the ropes. Applying a lot of pressure to the arm now as he hammers in. Chops Gregory. Gregory sent down to the canvas. Stalletto, though, able to hold on to the arm of Gregory. A very smart move on his behalf. Now Gregory reverses it with some chops of his own. Stalletto sent reeling out to the floor again, buying some time.
What is that, Devilfish? That's blatant cheating on the part of Gregory up there. He's not even wrestling like a good sport, like handsome Frank Stalletto always does when he sets foot into that ring. He is always a gentleman, always a professional. As an athlete, he does not cheat. He does everything the way it should be done.
Well, you talk about me not paying attention to the matches that are going on. Obviously, you haven't been paying attention. Frank Stalletto never follows the rules that I've seen. Well, I shouldn't say never. I say most of the time he doesn't. We've seen him resort to cheating tactics many times to get a victory. Here we see Stalletto now with the hammerlock. Gregory looking for an opening here, trying to get the advantage. Been unsuccessful so far. Stalletto has this match in control. If you were awarding it on points, would have to go to Stalletto so far. There you see it. Gregory found the opening. Trips Stalletto, sends him down, and now dropping an elbow and another one. Goes for the cover. A little bit premature, only able to get a 2. Gregory now trying to tie him up here, trying to tie up the arm of Stalletto, trying to return the favor from earlier in the match. But Stalletto hasn't taken enough punishment, is able to power him into the corner. Hammers him in with some blows of his own. Whips him across the ring, but a reversal. Stalletto up and over. Back suplex by Stalletto sends Dennis Gregory down hard to the canvas.
Genius ability in the ring. That's all I have to say. Genius ability. Don't be surprised if you see this man signed one day with Risky Business Incorporated. Just look at that. Look at that. The man always uses an open fist. Always does everything the right way.
Well, Mr. Reigns, while we have a little bit of break in the action here, tell me more about Risky Business. Just what exactly is this?
Risky Business Incorporated is the premier management corporation on the face of the East Coast independent wrestling scene.
Well, for being such a prominent force, I'm surprised I've never heard of it before. But getting back to the action, a near fall there by Stalletto. Not enough to keep Gregory down. Beautiful double arm suplex there by Stalletto, takes him over. Bit of a belly-to-belly and double arm suplex there. Nicely done by Stalletto. Stalletto being very impressive in this match so far. Has it well in control. So there we see a perfectly delivered elbow. Caught him right in the bridge of the nose. He's sent down hard to the canvas.
Hey, Double R, sure you don't want to plug your website, your local phone number, hand out business cards here to pretty girls?
I'm not like you feeble attempts at commentators or event staff people that I see around here.
There we see a near fall by Gregory as he crucifixed Stalletto down. Almost had him right there. I would have had to consider that an upset, considering that Gregory's making his IPW debut, and to my knowledge does not have as much experience as Frank Stalletto. Stalletto hammers with the elbow. Again in the back, climbing up to the second rope. He's measuring him. What's he going for here? A double axe handle off the top. Again, we see Stalletto showboating to the crowd. Could be a mistake that comes to backfire on him.
He's just trying to give all of these horrid, beastly women in the Poconos here something sexy and perfect to look at.
Ronnie, didn't you say you ate your mother? That was the only hard and beastly woman I've ever seen.
Here we see Stalletto now with a series of rakes to the eyes. Sends Gregory to the outside, but he doesn't go to the floor, able to hold himself on the apron. Springboards back into the ring with a cross body block. Gregory now has this match under control. Let's see if he can keep the advantage. So far, he hasn't been able to in this match. Seems to have got Stalletto right where he wants him here as he sends him across the ropes. Back body drop, Stalletto sent down. Gregory coming back with a big flurry of offense here. Very impressive considering the beating he took earlier on in the match.
Mr. Reigns, you're right. Frank Stalletto is a genius. He knows when he's behind. Oh my God! A tope over the top rope, no spring needed. What do you think of that move, Daredevil?
Very impressive maneuver there by Dennis Gregory. Sends Stalletto down to the hard floor here in the Poconos. Nice move. He's got the advantage definitely in his favor now as he throws Stalletto back in the ring. Going up to the top now. Gregory comes up with a nice drop kick there. Caught Stalletto right on the chin. He sends him down. He's going for the cover here. He may have him. 1, 2, 2 count only. I really thought he had him there, Reigns.
He was pulling the tights, obviously pulling the tights. He's done nothing but cheat since he stepped into this ring here.
I don't know what cheating tactics he's employed in this match. I have seen none. Frank Stalletto going for the Hidden Rana. He catches him, drops him down with a power bomb. Very impressive move there by Dennis Gregory. Gregory now sends him across the ring. Stalletto smart enough to see the opening. He catches him with a spinning heel kick, sends him down hard to the canvas. Will Stalletto be able to capitalize on it though? Going for the pump handle slam right here. He picks him up. Nails it perfectly. He goes for the cover. He may have him here. He doesn't hook the leg. Well, that did it. Not able to hook, not being hooking the leg. They can't get the pinfall. Dennis Gregory being very impressive here in this match. What's going on here? We see Gregory coming from behind with the schoolboy. Rose him up. I thought he was definitely going to have him there from behind. Caught Stalletto off guard.
That just makes you wonder what kind of heat is still left between Johnny Graham and handsome Frank Stalletto. You know, I don't know why they let Johnny Graham back in the ring to be referee after that match with Frank Stalletto. There's obviously some unresolved business, and you know Johnny Graham's not going to be partial. He's not going to do his job.
Well, Johnny Graham has done an outstanding job as a referee. There you see a beautiful move by Stalletto. Drops him face first. That's it. I think he has him right there. Yes, he gets the 3. Very impressive victory by Stalletto. And what was it you were saying about Johnny Graham being an impartial referee?
It was only because he got the 3 count right there. He did it wonderfully.